Hey, what's going on guys, Fred Tech Up here, and in this video I'll be reviewing the Oppo Reno 5. I've been testing this device for quite some time now, and here is my review, my unboxing experience and my overall thoughts about it. When you open the box is packed inside another box, which gives it a different kind of packaging experience. So when you open the box, you're greeted with a gift box that contains the soft silicone case, some paperwork and the SIM ejector tool. Moving on, we have the device itself wrapped in a plastic with some basic specs about it. Then we have a large 50 watt fast charger, a USB Type-C charging cable and the earpiece, and that's pretty much everything that came in the box. Okay, when you take the device off the plastic wrap, you get a striking feel of a premium device until you realize it is made from plastic. I don't know how Oppo managed to pull this non-glossy design that still reflects when light hits it. Let's get it straight. It has a matte finish that looks super stunning and it doesn't attract any fingerprints or smudges. This is how you do it. It is impressive. You just need to see this in person to really appreciate what Oppo has done here. The design and the color of choice is really nice. It comes in two colors, which is Starry Black and Fantasy Silver, which is what I have here. The build quality is really impressive and I really like how it feels in the hand, which is compact, sturdy and lightweight. It comes in at just 171 grams, which goes to demonstrate how light it feels in the hand. I'm really impressed with the overall design here and I will encourage you to walk into a store and try it out. It is just super impressive and I love it. On the right side of the device, we've got the power button with a green color accent that is recessed right inside the power button. Oppo has been doing this for years now and it is cool that they are still doing it up to today. To the left, you've got the volume rocker keys and a SIM tray that can take dual nano SIM and a micro SD card. At the bottom, we've got the headphone jack, a microphone, a USB Type-C charging port and a speaker grill. On top houses another microphone. At the rear houses a quad camera setup that comprises of a 64 megapixels main sensor, an 8 megapixels ultra-wide sensor, a 2 megapixels macro lens and a 2 megapixels depth sensor. Still on the rear, we've got the flashlight and the Oppo branding. Okay, so moving on to the display, the Oppo Reno 5 comes with a 6.4-inch 90Hz AMOLED display that outputs a resolution of 1080 by 2400 with 20:9 aspect ratio and up to 410 pixels per inch density. The display is capped at 600 nits of peak brightness, which is bright enough for most harsh lights or outdoor visibility. Okay, so listen to this. The display on here is super amazing. It is sharp with vivid colors, and being an AMOLED display, colors appears vibrant with rich contrast, especially when watching videos and playing games. Viewing angles and the way the color pops is very impressive. Don't just expect it to trade blows with most flagship devices out there, especially the ones from Samsung, but it is more than enough for anyone that will buy this device. Moving on, let's talk about the processing power and the software. The Oppo Reno 5 comes bundled with a Snapdragon 720G CPU paired with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage. Performance on here is great with almost no lag in most cases. It is entirely smooth and anything you throw at it just flies. Games can be played on higher screen resolution, but the frame rate has to be reduced to always keep things nice and smooth. Web browsing, switching between apps and general multitasking is super impressive. With 90 Hz on board, it makes the whole experience more appealing. If you are worried about how it performs, be rest assured that performance is super amazing. One of the contributing factors here has to be the optimization Oppo has done to their custom skin on top of Android 11, which Oppo calls ColorOS 11.1. Speaking of ColorOS, it comes with tons and tons of new features that might require me to make a separate videos about it. If you would like to see a separate video on ColorOS 11, let me know down in the comment section below. I love the simplicity of how you can easily set a wallpaper, apply new themes and customize the experience to really suit your need. The always on display on here takes it a notch above what I've seen before. You can simply customize it with different patterns and you can even add custom patterns and image from your gallery. You can change the fingerprint animation with 8 different styles that is included here. There is rest to wake option, double tap to wake feature as well, The notification center can be changed to various shapes, and not only do you just get H lighting for notification, you can also customize it with different color accents. There is Smart Sidebar, which is basically a shortcut for most things like screenshots, screen recording, screen translate for easy screen translation. It is also customizable, but sometimes I feel it is not necessary because most of its functions can be found in the notification center as well. Okay, one of the features Oppo added here, which I feel it is gimmicky, has to be the A gesture feature that lets you use swipe gestures to scroll up and down on supported apps. You can use it on apps like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I call it gimmicky because it takes some getting used to, and most of the time it doesn't work. Even if the purpose was for wet hand, you can simply just clean your hands and come back without registering one gesture. That's how slow or poor the implementation is. So it defeats the whole purpose of saving time. The feature comes turned off by default, and I would advise you to leave it the way it is unless you really want to use it for show off. Other than that, to me it is gimmicky for now. The in-display fingerprint scanner on here is fast and reliable all the time. However, it is not as fast as a physical fingerprint scanner, but it is more than enough for most people. Face unlock is present as well, but I will not encourage you to use it because it is not too secure, as most people with similar face can easily unlock your device. Now let's talk about battery. The Oppo Reno 5 comes with a 4310 mAh battery, and it is okay. I call it okay because the battery life will be okay for most people. The battery life is decent but definitely not great. The faster refresh rate is one of the culprits here, even though it automatically switches between 90 and 60 Hz. You can only get impressive battery life if you set the refresh rate to 60 Hz. That being said, the Oppo Reno 5 can take an average user for a whole day before needing to charge again. If you're a heavy user, this might not be the device for you. I wish the battery capacity was up to 5000 mAh. That would have changed the entire story. However, the 50-watt charger it comes with is super impressive. It took only 1 hour and 5 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%, which is super impressive. It is even capable of going faster than that, but Oppo has set some limitation in the software that helps prolong or extend the longevity of the battery health. Another interesting thing to note about it is that if you use another cable other than what came in the box, the device will not charge fast. Now let's move to the most interesting part, which is the camera. The Reno 5 comes with a 64 megapixels as its main sensor, an 8 megapixels ultra-wide sensor, a 2 megapixels depth, and a 2 megapixels macro lens. The main camera captures outstanding photos. The resolve details is impressive. There's no noticeable noise, the colors are accurate and true to life, and dynamic range is decent too, but not the best that I've seen. Most images here are processed by AI, and I like the fact that most of the time the photos had very natural look with balanced processing. Where it has problem is in poor lighting condition. The images become soft, especially when you crop in a little bit. Most times it automatically detects scenes that are not well lit and adjusts the setting to night mode, which does help sometimes, but the resolve detail still comes out soft with lots of noise. Night mode is decent on here, but it is still far away from what is available on most flagship devices. The ultra-wide images comes out decent most of the time, especially when the lighting condition is good. Portrait image is impressive as well with good edge detection, but definitely not perfect. Selfie on the other hand is sharp with good details, but the skin smoothing effect is always present even when you dial the effect slider to 0. Other than that, the selfie images are great. On the video aspect, the Reno 5 can shoot in 4K with no video stabilization. The 4K footage looks good and sharp. Video stabilization is only available on 1080p mode and it is super impressive. The footage looks good with very good stability. What's up guys, so it's the front video camera test on the Oppo Reno 5. So this shoots in 1080p 30 frames per second. And I think the footage looks okay. Although it is struggling a bit with high dynamic range, because as you can see the sky is completely blown away here, but the footage looks okay. It's okay. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and also let me know about the audio quality as well. Alright, so it also has this option that you can shoot video and the background will be blurred out using the front facing camera, just like what you get on a DSLR camera. This will be good for vloggers, people who like to vlog with their phone. I think it looks okay. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Alright? So in conclusion, the Oppo Reno 5 is a respectable mid-range device that offers a lot of functionality and features. If you can just look beyond its expensive nature, because I feel it is too expensive for what it has to offer, especially when the competition has something more reasonable at a lesser amount. At 169,000 Naira or $440, I think it is too expensive. But if you can look beyond all of that, the Reno 5 is an awesome device with a very nice design, lots of features and a very good performance. So that is it guys, my review of the Oppo Reno 5. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Share your thoughts with me, let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye bye.